Time travel movies are usually sci-fi extravaganzas with complicated devices and a larger-than-life intention for the use of that ability. This movie, however, takes a very different approach, and I love it. Spoilers ahead. So, About Time is a Richard Curtis rom-com. You may know him from movies such as Love Actually. The plot seems simple. These people can travel through time by just getting into a dark place and clenching their hands. But what they do with this plot device is brilliant. First of all, yes, it does have a narrator. If you've seen any of my other videos, you can tell I don't usually like those because I think they mostly hinder the movie. However, I'll let it slide here just because it's used in a very contained way. It's still not a great thing to do, by the way. I have a hard time categorizing this movie. I know I said it's a rom-com because it mostly is, but it's also very much a film about family and love in general. I remember the first time I watched this movie years ago, I nearly cried at the end. What I think About Time is mostly about is learning to work with what you have. This superpower is amazing, and Tim makes use of it somewhat carelessly for most of the film. But arguably, what makes this superpower great is using it to make everyone feel a bit better. We would like to relive or do over to fix something. I can't think of 100 things I shouldn't have said. Dumb, silly, hurtful ones too. Given the chance, I would probably not do that again. This movie moves me on a deeper personal level. I lost my dad quite some time ago, and I can fully understand how the character feels when he knows he won't be able to see his dad again. It's such a real thing. Just chatting for a bit would be amazing. And that is the best part of the movie. It was very smart of Curtis to put that break on the time travel. He could still go back, but it would mess up with his babies. Although at the very end they do over with that rule and go like 2 decades into the past. I sort of get it, like if it's basically the same run on the beach from years before meeting Mary, then I can't see how it would affect anything else. But still, it takes away a bit from the stakes of not being able to see him again. But that's just... I have given this movie a lot of concessions if you haven't noticed, but let's just forget about that part. The performances are quite good. Of course, Nye is absolutely amazing, but Gleeson and McAdams also deliver strong performances. The first time I watched this movie, I was like 13 or 14 years old, and I remember just thinking he should have been with Margot Robbie's character that night and then repeat the day and not do it again. But now that I'm rewatching it over 10 years later, I find it deeply powerful how he decides not to do it. He could have totally done it and then repeated the day, and for the rest of the world, it wouldn't have happened. But he didn't feel the need to do it. He was way too in love with Mary. I think that's beautiful. He had every single possibility of cheating with a past crush and realized how much in love he was with Mary. I also think it was smart to make them get to know each other, Mary and Tim, organically, and then make sure that we, the audience, knew that they liked each other before Tim went in and fabricated a meet cute. It's a bit weird, but not as weird as him spotting her on the street and then making the situation happen. Although they do say that you can't make someone fall in love with you no matter how many times you try. So there's that. Overall, About Time is a beautiful film about love, loss, and appreciating everyday moments. It's a bit cheesy sometimes, sure, but I think you should just let yourself be embraced by the warmth of the film and enjoy it. As always, thank you for watching. See you next time.